Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm your host, Derek Schomer, and today we're going to do a champagne cocktail. Why? Because it's Valentine's Day, or it will be in a few days, and what we wanted to do is think about what you could drink for Valentine's Day. Something you probably don't want to pair with chocolate, which is very anti-chocolate, but it's different. If you've never had a champagne cocktail, it's an experience worth having if you're a champagne drinker. If you're not a champagne drinker, it's worth a try. You know, what we're going to have is very strange. It is worth a try. Somebody in the studio, Jennifer, doesn't really care for the idea of this drink, but stay with me. We're going to use sugar and a champagne flute. That's not bad. There's nothing wrong with that. Sugar, that's the best base ingredient for everything. We're going to use 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. We're going to use some champagne. This is something I just pulled right out. It's extra dry. Not a huge fan of this specific, the Corbel brand. I don't know why. I guess I'm not too big into champagne. A tiny 1/3 of an ounce of Cognac. This is French brandy. And really, that's all there is to it. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to use the champagne a little later. First, we're going to start with the bitters. Now, this is just a tricky little drink because it's all about kind of a science. You do 2 dashes of bitters, and what that's going to do is absorb into this sugar cube, which is a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, if you need to know the exact ingredients of a sugar cube. So it'll start to absorb, and you can see it's turning brown, and sugar sucks up anything you put on it, from what I can tell. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to pour in the champagne. Now, if you're planning ahead, do this part and get all your drinks lined up and do the champagne, because champagne's got a lot of bubblies. Sugar is going to create a reaction, so keep that in mind. And what this is going to do is just going to start bubbling crazy time. And it's going to bring those bitters through the drink. It's going to basically stir it for us. Oh, we're going to have a problem, folks. Awesome. Carbonation for the loss. All right, let's go anyway. So what we're going to do is 1/3 Cognac. Now, I've seen different recipes for this. Some pour the Cognac. Some will even use some Grand Marnier and put it in first with the sugar. Other ones I've seen, you just kind of float it on the top, which is what we'll do, because it's cooler, and we can. There you go. Now you've got your full reaction going on. A lot of bubbles. Big mess over here. Looks pretty cool. Let's smell it. If you've never smelled Angostura bitters, it has a very distinct scent. You know, there's something you should think about. If you're going to make a drink, even something as basic as this, you should smell all the ingredients ahead of time. Because if you ever want to get into making your own drinks, it's good to know what all the components really smell like, so that you could tell if they're going to work together. And you'll start to figure that out by scent. Let's give it a try. Well, if you like the champagne taste, you're going to get the champagne bubblies. You're going to get the dryness in the champagne. But you're also going to get some of the bitters. They're going to start to rise. A little sweetness, not too much until you get closer to the bottom, depending on how fast you drink it. And there is a nice hint, a smooth hint of the Cognac. So this really just spices up your champagne. If you're celebrating an event like Valentine's Day and you're going to be cracking open the champagne, try something different, try something new, try a cocktail. I'm your host, Derek Schomer, and we're teaching you how to drink.